before I go to my reaction, I'm going to say something about uh, what struck me most of the game. So let's tell you a story. So let's just say if you know some YouTubers that introduced some games, it's gonna be Steparo. Steparo also the one that introduces the Grand Blue Fantasy and most of the mobile games that are made from Asian countries that are popular, like for example from Japan, from China, the Taiwan, Korea, etc., etc. So he does that, and he judge, rated, and recommended games that are popular for those gamers who like RPGs, online multiplaying games or something like that. So that's the nature. And now he's trying to introduce this particular game, and I was looking forward for the game because it's in the blood already. So Steparo, thank you for introducing the game to me, just like the another YouTuber, Akadiris. So it's like Akadiris, thank you for introducing the another game called Food Fantasy. I'm so addicted, and yet I end up quitting because I'm so addicted to game. Yeah, so yeah, I have to thank some other YouTuber to refrain from jelly quest or something like that every day. So to refrain, so I'm just going to see and feel what I'm going to feel, but I'm going to judge and feel about the games. So here it is. Okay, so there's a trailer that compares two versions of the same game. So I'm going to try to react what's the difference and what's the similarity between each other. So let's do this. Ragnarok Tencent and Ragnarok Eternal Love. Okay, so they can release on Android and for iPhone. I'm amazed about the 3D because back in years ago it's 2D, but now it's so good. Look at this one. It's very hard to determine which one it is, but even for the interface they're exactly the same, but the difference is that it's just right there. I love pets. Anything that has pets or riders, I'm gonna get them all. I have a feeling. So these two versions were made from China because it makes sense that from the China they produce two versions that is targeted for a different audience. Like for example, China and I think it's Southeast Asia. And of course, I'm a Filipino, and the my feeling towards the Ragnarok still lies in my blood, our blood, and our Filipino blood. So, I guess that's all of the the reacting this kind of trailer. So yeah, okay. Right now, um, these two trailers give me some impression of it there, and I say this one. Of course, there are two versions there. One, the left side is Tencent development, and it's for Chinese players only. So it's a sad thing there. So yeah, that's why Stepado played this kind of version because it has a what you call a nice juicy graphics there, and it is solid and flawless enough to shine how the interface and how the controls and how the game mechanics work each other. So it makes sense of that. Now the right side is that it it also targets for Chinese players, but it releases for most of the Southeast Asia. And as of now, right now, recently, we have English released from probably last month ago. And yeah, it's already there on the line and it went global. So yes, but let's see. Okay, so the thing is, I was urging to play the Ragnarok Tencent because it's the GUI itself there, but sadly it's Chinese language. So we go to the other side, which is Ragnarok Mobile, Eternal Love, and when I'm doing this is I'm going to play for just only English there. But the thing is, some interface looks different. Yes, it stands similar to Tencent version, but they have different aspects there, different features. Yeah, it feels different. But there's a but. The majority of these versions is that they are 3D, and they succeed the the first version, original version of Ragnarok Online that was more than 10 years ago. So yes, it's very impressive and it stays true. Some don't have what they don't have, but for at least it's still good. It, because that's why they name it Ragnarok Online version 2, probably version 2. For one is Tencent and another one is Eternal Love. So what's the point of having the two versions? Of course, we have a lot of games released in iPhone and Android, and everything is they have a what you call bases. Each bases have their own fans, different communities, even big and small. So it's right there. So if you want to think, let us think about the real succeeding game, then we have to look and research which one stays true about that particular game. If the game, like for example, if the game's version does not let anyone play for this one just because of the barrier, then we will just have to look the alternative. Of course, it's this one, the English version. Now, of course, it's right there. So it makes sense to play it there, and yeah, perhaps it would be nice to play it there. So I'm going to try and demonstrate the another game, which is for Southeast Asia. It has an English release, so I'll try to play it there. So I guess that's all for my reaction and my impression about these two versions. So I'll see you next time. I hope you can find which game and which version is the best that fits your taste.